Well, I mean, like now we're back. Now we're back to reality where the games count, and it was great getting a game under our belt this past Saturday, and it's our last non-conference series of the year with Duluth, with a home and home. So it's always fun playing the Bulldogs. Always fun playing an in-state rival, and really, it's going to be a tough weekend and a tough month for the Beavers. So again, excited to get back on the horse and play games that count, and we've had a good break, and again, it's time. It's time to start the second half. Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, our guys exceeded our expectations. Again, we're still trying to figure out a lot about our team, but no, I mean, I think we were 9-5-4 in the first half, and but I'm not, I wasn't born yesterday. We're kind of like the Vikings. What are the Vikings? 11-0 in one-score games. Well, we've played 8 overtime games. So to put things in perspective right there, it's been tight for us. A lot of games have been tight. We pulled the goalie. The opponents have pulled the goalie. There's just been a lot of tight games, a lot of one-goal games. And again, like I said, 8 overtime games out of 18. That just tells you how tight things were. But overall, the guys found a way to get it done. And but again, sometimes, it could be reversed. So it's always challenging, but I think our guys stood tall. They improved. They got better. And no, I mean, I like our mindset. I like our mentality. And I really hope it carries over into the second half because the guys, again, they definitely, they exceeded our expectations. And I mean, they were the guys got in my book. The guys got a pretty high grade. I think all you need to do is you just got to keep working hard. You got to keep working smart. You got to realize you got to know how to win different ways. You have to know how to win different ways. And the biggest thing is you have to know how to win 2-1. And the second half of the year is always tighter. Games are tighter. Hard getting sweeps. I mean, we didn't get a sweep the first half. We didn't get a sweep the first half. When I say a sweep, getting off 6 points. So it's hard. It's hard out there when you're playing the same team back to back. But it gets really hard the second half of the year when there's so much more on the line. I shouldn't say there's more on the line. There's as much on the line in October as there is in January. But the cold, hard reality of the situation is you're really looking at the standings and you're looking at the big picture the second half of the year. Yeah, no, Schultz, you're spot on right there. I mean, it's like anything. There's always a learning curve. There's a learning curve for the players. There's a learning curve for the coaches. And that's what happens a lot of times early on. The biggest thing is if guys have hunger, they got spirit, they got the willingness to work, they got the willingness to learn, and you can go a long ways like that. And our guys have really, it's been productive that way. They've been eager. They've been eager in those areas, and it was a fun 3-4 months, whatever that first half was. It was a lot of fun. And now the second half, I mean, I don't know, the dates totally, but we probably got 53 days. 53 days until the regular season's over. So it goes like you can blink and the season's over right now. That's what happens the second half. It goes fast. So, it's exciting. It goes fast. And again, like I said earlier, hopefully again we can carry over a lot of the same things that we did the first half. You got to win games, Christian. Bottom line is, if you win games, I guess you can look at the at-large stuff. But if you don't win games, it doesn't matter. So that all takes care of itself. I don't need to look at the pairwise rankings if we lose 2 in a row. So and again, we shouldn't be looking at the pairwise rankings. We don't talk about it, and you got to let some of that stuff just play out. The bottom line is, your play will dictate a lot of those things. And it's hard. I mean, even the teams in our league, we put ourselves in a tough predicament. I mean, for an at-large this year, I mean, we beat up each other, and that's what happens. And when you're in a tight league, and and all these leagues are tight. Every league is tight. Just take a look at the standings. And if one team, I think Minnesota's probably a little farther ahead in the Big Ten, but then take a look at the other 4 or 5 teams. It's jumbled up pretty good right there. So the bottom line is, it's tough in league play, and what happens from an at-large standpoint, you got to win games, and if you lose games to teams that are lower in the pairwise, that's just that you're shooting yourself in the foot, and that's going to happen. It's just every game there's such a small margin of error, there's such a fine line, and so I guess what I'm getting at, I don't look at the pairwise right now because again we're on the outside looking in. I just want to make sure we're playing good hockey and we're ready to play hockey this coming Friday. And I think that's what we need to do is we need to look at it in the short term, not the long term right now. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just we just needed to play. We were off 2 weeks, so it was nice to be able to have a referee. It was nice to be able to. We were tired. They were tired. It was physical. You want to play in those games to get prepared for the second half, and it was nice getting a game under our belts. I think that's probably the biggest thing right there. I don't care who we're playing. If we're playing Manitoba, the Gophers, I don't know, any team. It's just nice getting a game before you start up again.
We just want to keep our level of play. We set a good standard the first half. We're playing good hockey. We just want to keep that going. They're a good team. I'd say just our intensity. We're playing like how Beaver hockey should play. We're playing fast. We're establishing forechecks every game. We're being hard to play against. And that's what we want to do every single time we play. We've done a good job of it. And like I said, we want to keep that going in the second half. Our young guys have been great. They stepped in right away, and some of them are playing big minutes early. That helps out a lot. We lost a lot of scoring. People didn't know how we were going to be this year, but our young guys stepped up. They're playing real well, and they've been great for us so far. Just playing mature. As we progress in the second half of the year, games get harder. Teams are better defensively. There's going to be a lot more one-goal games. We already had a lot of overtime games this year. We're going to have a lot more. We just need to play as a mature team. Third period, up a goal, up 2 goals, know how to win, know how to keep a lead, and if we're down a goal, know how to get it back and try and get a win in the third period, things like that. I would say just keep doing what we're doing. Like, we're playing well. Don't really need to fix what isn't broken. Just keep playing good hockey, keep playing hard, keep playing Beaver hockey, hard to play against, and just keep rolling through the second half.